Well, as the name suggests, virtual reality, or VR for short, is a simulation of reality. In the most typical form, it involves putting on a headset that immerses you into a simulated environment. For example, you could find yourself sitting inside a virtual plane or working within a virtual building, and there could be different sorts of interactions in these virtual environments. For example, within a virtual house, you could change the wallpaper or move the furniture in real time. So this is something you cannot obviously do easily in everyday life. Okay, I started using VR almost 20 years ago, in 2003 to be exact. I was at the time a postdoc researcher at the University of California in Santa Barbara, and I started doing research on human navigation. So that is, I was interested in knowing how people find their way within the environment, and it's research that is important, I think, not only for understanding how the mind works, but also it has some practical implications for other fields, such as urban planning, for example. And I still do this kind of research at the University of Cyprus and also at the Science Center of Excellence here in Cyprus. I personally think VR is perfect to be used as an assessment and training tool, but I think it's quite useful for any field that could benefit from better visualization of information. For example, in the construction and interior design fields, you can use VR to walk into a simulation of your future home and make choices before you actually build the real thing. This can save a lot of money and time, obviously. A spin-out company from a laboratory, it's called Silver Sky 3D, has been doing this as a service for a few years now. So it allows prospective homeowners, architects, developers, and contractors to view or preview a building before it's actually built. Another example in using VR is to assess skills in professionals in a variety of fields. For example, another company here in Cyprus called Immersive has been using VR to put sailors into virtual ships and ask them to carry out particular tasks, which are meant to evaluate the skills they have before they are hired by shipping companies. But one of my favorite applications comes from a company called Mentis VR. It's a company that uses VR to assess and train, improve, that is, the mental skills of football players in realistic conditions. And in this app, and others obviously, in addition to the advanced visualization of information, you can get objective and accurate performance data, which are really hard to get in the real world. So this is another bonus of virtual reality, I think. I don't see that happening anytime soon. I mean, I know there are many apps that are completely self-administered, but I see VR more as being more helpful in tasks that complement what humans can provide. For example, in the case of Mentis VR with the training of football players, the training of mental skills is complementary to the physical training or the tactics that trainers provide to the coaches provide to the football players. So these apps are not meant to replace the coaches, but to provide another tool and give them more data to help them improve the design of the training. Just to give another example from a project we've been working on for a number of years, we use VR to help people overcome the fear of public speaking. That is something that could be useful for individuals, but also companies in various fields. Now, although users can use the app to practice their public speaking at home, the app is more effective, I think, when it's used in conjunction with techniques that are provided by a therapist or the trainer. So yeah, I think VR is a really nice tool, but I see it more as complementary to humans rather than replacing them. I think VR is here to stay, and you can see that by the huge investments that are made in the field. But I think related technologies like augmented reality and mixed reality, that's when you view and interact with virtual objects that are placed in the real world, are fields that are growing as well very fast. And I think these technologies will be soon be part of our everyday lives, and they will continue to change how we gain knowledge and skills, but also how we do business in a variety of sectors.